Last time, we saw the group's performance in the tournament of power, but a new threat is on the horizon. Moro has escaped prison. Where does that take us now? We'll be seeing all that and more in this 10th part of What If Goku Had a Twin. Following the tournament, Raditz stays with Beerus to train under him. Beerus was pretty impressed. Of course, he's known for a while that Raditz has been working with Hakai's. Although, he wanted Raditz to prove himself first, and that performance in the tournament, it was pretty great. It shows that he definitely has the potential for it, so Beerus wants to kind of ramp up the training. Meanwhile, Goku and Ruta are back on Earth, where they eventually meet someone new, a galactic patrolman named Maris. Normally he'd be looking for Boo here, but there is no Boo. But he decided to come here anyways because they dealt with Boo before, so there's probably strong people on this planet. Maybe someone who could help with Moro. So 3 people go along to Namek: Goku, Ruta, and Piccolo. Of course, Piccolo's pretty intrigued with this planet because this is his home. It's an interesting opportunity to be here. Piccolo came along because not only is he powerful, but he does have some access to magic. Although they're against the guy who's basically the strongest magician ever, so it probably won't be doing much. But they weren't able to get to Namek on time. Moro is already here, so they need to kind of work quick. They're able to find him. He expected the patrol, but looks like there's 2 Saiyans and a Namekian wearing different attire from the other Namekians. He must be with them. Piccolo's the first one to try and fight Moro just to see what his magic is like, and it's definitely way beyond his own capabilities. But there is an upside here. Pretty much right off the bat, he's able to see how Moro is able to steal energy. He can't do anything against it, but this at least lets them know what they're dealing with. So Goku and Ruta jump in to help. Moro tells them it's kind of unfair, a 3v1. What? Are they scared of him? They're careful with how they fight, conserving their energy and trying not to use Ki Blast. Of course, he still can steal their energy regardless, but this at least does help them a bit, but the fight is pretty slow because they can't go all out. And to make things worse, Moro changes amidst the battle, suddenly looking much younger. Somewhere else on Namek, the Dragon Balls are gathered, and Purunga restored his power. Immediately after this, Moro absorbs the energy of Goku, Ruta, and Piccolo, with no effort at all, and then he starts doing so with the planet itself. The 3 of them then wake up on a galactic patrol ship. Maris was able to get them out of there, and they also learn that a bunch of galactic patrol prisoners escaped. So, things aren't looking too good right now. Moro just got a lot stronger, and now he has a lot more allies. Plus, Namek is all but destroyed. It's just a dead planet with no one on it anymore. So that's a big issue because now the Dragon Balls are linked to Piccolo. As far as he knows, there's no other sets of Dragon Balls besides the Super Dragon Balls, which means they have to do whatever they can to make sure Shenron doesn't disappear. As much as he hates to do it, Piccolo thinks it's best he stays out of this fight. He's going to go back to Earth, and he's also going to make sure everyone there is prepared. Goku and Ruta decide to stay with Maris. They suspect something's off about him, and they wonder if they could learn anything from him. They know about what Whis is trying to teach them. You know, the body moving on its own, and the 2 of them can instantly tell that Maris has something to do with that, or at least can point them in the right direction, even if he doesn't have exactly what Whis has. Of course, they don't know right now that that's exactly the case. He does have what Whis has. The Galactic Patrol prisoners eventually do come to Earth, and while Piccolo doesn't want to be careful, he knows he could definitely fight here, especially because it happened out of the blue, and he's really the only one fighting right now. He was able to really quickly defeat some of the prisoners that came here, but one of them got away. 7-3, an android. Weirdly enough, during the battle he grabbed Piccolo's neck, and then right after that he retreated, leaving everyone else behind. Instead of fighting further, he just left. Piccolo doesn't realize that 7-3 now has his powers, and Moro did tell him to retreat. He did good work even if he couldn't defeat Piccolo. And you know what? This is good. Moro's gonna wait a bit before he goes to Earth. They could train a bit more, and then once he's there, he'll have a lot more energy to feast on. So, some time passes, and Moro eventually arrives on Earth with his crew. There's a lot of people waiting for him already. Piccolo trained up every ally he could find, and there's a lot of strong fighters here. Right now it's Piccolo, Gohan, Krillin, Yamcha, Tenshinhan, and Chaozu. Kasta and Goten are here too, not at the forefront because Piccolo isn't sure about it. It might be too dangerous for them. Piccolo really wants to fight here, but he knows this might be above his level, and to be extra safe, he knows it would be much better if he retreats. At least thanks to having Kami's powers, he could just teleport around Earth. So he's just going to rely on that, teleporting in and out of the battlefield, providing support. But if he dies, everything's done for. Not just Namek, but everything on Earth too. They won't be able to use the Dragon Balls. Goku and Ruta are actually here on time as well, mainly thanks to Ruta. It's a good thing she was there because Goku probably would have lost track of time alone. She made sure he's on schedule. And the 2 are worried about Kasta and Goten here, but Kasta really does want to help, and same for Goten. Krillin's not sure what to think about it either, but he knows he's probably not going to stop Kasta anyways. And Goku thinks the same for Goten. As Piccolo teleports in and out of the battlefield, he starts to fight a little bit himself, but Goku reminds him he needs to stay away. He needs to ensure the Dragon Balls are safe. He understands Piccolo wants to fight and how frustrating it is, and he gets he doesn't want to be anchored by the Dragon Balls. But Piccolo hates feeling useless here, and Goku assures him that's not the case. He's definitely going to be a big help, even if he's not directly fighting. And as much as Piccolo hates to admit it, yeah, it's best that he's not here unless he has a specific way to defeat Moro. But it does make him wonder, what have Goku and Ruta been up to, because they might have some way to defeat him. Well, Goku says they do have something, but he's not really sure how it'll work against Moro yet. There's only one way to find out. Most of the prisoners are defeated, and thanks to the group being relatively strong, everyone's still in the battle. But now the main event shows up. Moro's here, ready to face off against Goku and Ruta. Thankfully, the two work really well together. They're a great duo with perfect synergy. But more important, they have great power and skill to back up that synergy. And they show off the fruits of their training to Moro, a new power called Ultra Instinct Omen. They really wish Raditz was with them because they wanted him to train for this too, although he was focused on something completely different. They told him to be here as well, and he might be a little late. At least Ruta could get Goku here on time, but it should be fine. With this new power, they should be able to defeat Moro, especially because there's two of them. Goku and Ruta begin fighting Moro together, and even one of them alone would be able to do this. They're not even really fighting together either because, yeah, they do like to fight individually, and once they realize they're ahead of Moro by a good margin, they relax a bit. The fight isn't as tense. They are still taking it very seriously though. The issue is, Moro sees he's back into a corner. It actually ends up being a really quick battle. Not because Moro dies quickly, no. It's because he makes a distraction quickly. Moro knows when it's time to retreat, or more specifically, when it's time to use his trump card. Just like the group is keeping Piccolo safe for his abilities, Moro kept 7-3 safe for his abilities, quickly leaving the battlefield, going right for 7-3 and eating him, significantly powering up. Now he could steal other people's powers, and on top of that, he has regeneration. That's exactly why he was glad about 7-3 getting Piccolo's powers. He really did a great job doing that. Still, Goku and Ruta aren't deterred. The issue is, they're kind of running out of steam. Ultra Instinct has been working for them, but they're losing energy. Moro just got more energy, and now he could heal himself. Plus, he's way stronger. So he starts picking off the group one by one. First, going to Goku, incapacitating him by piercing a hand through his chest. Of course, with Ruta being the other strongest here, she instantly goes into attack Moro, also being angered by what she just saw. Gohan jumps in too, also fueled by rage, but growing much stronger from it. Goten tries to join, but Gohan tells him to stay back. He doesn't want him to be in danger, and this is a good call, because right after this, Moro incapacitates Ruta as well. Both her and Goku are on the ground seriously injured, and Moro goes to pick off the others one by one, not injuring them that badly, but basically knocking them all out. Thankfully, Piccolo's teleporting in and out, and he is able to avoid Moro. He's able to get all the fighters away, but he can't get to Goku and Ruta. He really doesn't want to teleport them out of there because obviously he wants to save them, but Moro's staying around them for some reason. He's trying to draw Piccolo out. Piccolo can't fall for it. He can't get close. He gets Gohan and the others out there. Thankfully, Kasta and Goten are uninjured, but as for everyone else, they've seen better days. Krillin decides to stay back though. He could still fight. But Moro sees that Piccolo sees through his plan. Well, no point keeping these two around anymore. He knows the perfect way to draw Piccolo out. He lifts up Goku. If he doesn't get his friend out of here, he will become Moro's next snack. Piccolo's watching from the lookout, and he really does want to intervene, but he can tell just by Goku's face. Goku wants him to stay back. He watches as Moro drains all of Goku's energy, killing him in the process. Next on to Ruta. She wants to fight back. She just watched Goku die after all. She saved Goku from death before, but this time she couldn't, and it looks like she's gonna die again. But someone yells out to Moro. It's Krillin. He stayed back for a reason. He knows he probably can't do much, but after seeing what happened to Goku, he's not gonna let the same happen to Ruta, especially because she already died once. She can't die again. He activates Kaioshinken, but unfortunately can't really do anything against Moro. With a single attack, he defeats Krillin, and Piccolo brings him back to the lookout, again keeping his distance to make sure Moro doesn't get him. But Moro chuckles. He hopes everyone's watching up there. And on the lookout, everyone sees the same exact thing happen to Ruta. Gohan regains consciousness too, and he can't feel Goku's energy anymore. Same for Ruta, and everyone else is here up on the lookout. He tells Piccolo he needs to go back down there, but Piccolo says there's no chance. Kasta and Goten feel the same too, and Piccolo has to hold them back, but he can't hold Gohan back. Gohan jumps off the lookout. If Piccolo won't teleport him down there, he'll just fly there. Piccolo follows him. He can't go. Gohan says he has to save them though, but Piccolo says there's no saving them. They're already dead. And hearing this doesn't make Gohan turn back. Instead, Piccolo just sees a huge flash of light, and Gohan disappears. He can sense something insane on the battlefield, and it feels like it might be Gohan's energy. But he was just here. Did he actually move that quickly? Piccolo goes back up to the lookout to watch, just to make sure he's not mistaken, and that's actually what he's sensing. And he can see someone staring down Moro. It takes him a bit to realize who it is, but it's Gohan. And he looks completely different, like he has a new transformation. And for some reason, he thinks Gohan might have this. But at the same time, it makes Piccolo remember they're missing someone. Krillin tries to get back into the fight too, and he tells Piccolo he knows it's dangerous, but he's going to do anything to get down there. He doesn't want Piccolo stopping him. So Piccolo teleports Krillin in as well, getting a closer look at Gohan at the same time. And Moro was pretty amused by this. Goku and Ruta made for good snacks, and while they were busy up on the lookout, it's not like Moro hasn't been doing anything. He's been trying to get a hang of his new power. Thanks to 7-3, he copied Goku and Ruta's powers. He now has Ultra Instinct for himself. But this should be a nice test drive. If Krillin wants to join his wife in Otherworld, and Gohan wants to join Goku in Otherworld, Moro will be glad to send them there. Krillin maxes out Kaioshinken and goes to a new level, while Gohan brings out all of his rage in his new form. This isn't really ideal because Gohan is really strong here, actually stronger than Moro at the moment. But this is the one opponent that they can't just beat with raw strength. Raw strength actually works against them, and it looks like it might be a losing battle even with Gohan having the upper hand at first. But thankfully they do have one more ally on the way. Another fighter is teleported into the battlefield. And he's pretty angry right off the bat. Not just at Moro, but more so at himself. He didn't get here in time. Beerus and Whis brought him to the lookout, and then Piccolo teleported him down here. It's Raditz. He doesn't know who this bastard is, but that power he's using, it's probably that new thing Goku and Ruta unlocked. And he never got to see it for himself. Gohan looks different too, and he asks if they're really gone. And Moro confirms it. Goku and Ruta are now a part of him. Their energy was delicious. And just hearing this instantly makes Raditz power up. His big brother instincts take over. As for Goku, he knows he could be brought back, but right now Ruta can't be revived. Even if he thought of Namex Dragon Balls, they don't have them at the moment. Not like he'd know anyways. Goku's been killed, and Ruta's probably gone for good. Even if she weren't, Raditz would still be in a pretty foul mood. But this takes it to a new level. Raditz then showcases what he's been working for, his own new Ultra form. He never really had a name for it, but if those two were calling that power Ultra Instinct, he'll call this one Ultra Ego. Not only is he going to kill Moro, he's going to completely erase him. There's going to be nothing left. But you know, there is some happiness here. For one, he gets to use this at full power. The perfect target to wail on. But also, he tells Gohan he's proud of him, seeing that he's finally gone beyond that monkey form. Gohan's not entirely sure what it is either, but Raditz is sure Goku would be proud if he were here to see it, and he's going to do anything to bring him back. Same for Ruta, if that's even possible. The final fight begins. Gohan completely overwhelms Moro with his power, and Moro tries to absorb it, but it's too much to absorb at once. It has to be done in increments, or he won't be able to contain it. As for Raditz, he can't take Raditz's power. Raditz is coating himself with destructive energy. It's deadly to Moro. And there's Krillin. Even without much firepower, Kaioshinken is still really helpful for him, and he acts as a really great support. Moro is starting to get kind of concerned. There's also the fact that, while he has Ultra Instinct, it's not the complete version. It's not like he got it from Maris. So, that's at least good too. But Raditz intrigues him. He's fighting with such primal power, but for human causes. And that form of his, it's divine, but not like Ultra Instinct. Raditz may be a Saiyan, but Earth molded him into what he is. And Beerus simply helped him reinvent himself. It's a strange turn of events. He came here ready to kill his siblings, but now, he's avenging them. He wouldn't be where he is now without them. Moro, of course, sees that he's losing. So, out of desperation, he tries something. He tries to take all of Gohan's power at once, and he could barely contain it. So, he decides to have a new body for himself, merging with Earth. Gohan's still able to fight, but a lot of power has been taken from him. And now they have a bigger issue. If they want to kill Moro, they have to destroy Earth. Raditz doesn't think that's the case, but he's gonna need some help. He tells Piccolo to come down here. It's not like they really have any other choice, because it's either this or Earth is destroyed. Piccolo could abandon it to make sure he's safe and that the Dragon Balls are safe, but he knows Piccolo doesn't want that. Piccolo wants to help here. He's not really too sure what he could do though, but Raditz tells him Moro is like a virus for Earth, and he's just going to act as the cure. He begins to charge a powerful Hakai, and he asks Piccolo to help him direct it. He's not even sure if he can do that. But essentially what he's trying to do is use it with surgical precision. He's going to use it on Earth itself, to try and destroy Moro without destroying the actual planet. But that's incredibly risky, although they're kind of out of options anyways. He'll target Moro's soul directly. Piccolo basically acts as a guide, channeling the attack. Raditz charges it up. Meanwhile, Krillin and Gohan try to go for the gem on his head, with Kasta and Goten flying down from the lookout and joining them as well, basically distracting him as Raditz prepares. This is a huge risk, but Raditz goes for it anyways. It's a gamble, but it's their only option. He launches the Hakai. It travels through the entire Earth, and doesn't affect the actual planet itself. It takes intense focus both from him and from Piccolo, but they're able to target it to Moro, with Piccolo using his own power and magic to help redirect it, with the attack affecting Moro's soul directly, essentially ripping him out of the Earth and destroying him. The biggest issue was containing the explosion. That's the main thing Raditz was worried about. Together they're able to redirect the energy, causing the explosion to manifest as a giant beam launching out into space, leaving Earth relatively unharmed. Any damage that is there can be restored eventually with the Dragon Balls, but it was more important they keep Earth around in the first place. They did it, but what now? With that, we leave off here. What'd you guys think about this part and what's going to happen next? Leave your thoughts and ideas in the comments below. I'd love to see what you guys think. As usual, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really does help with the channel and shows me you want to see more videos like this. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.